Hey guys, here I am doing another book review. It seems like it's been a while since I've actually reviewed a book, and this is a really good one to review. This is Dark Dancer by Jaleta Clegg, and I have 3 words for you. Steampunk Fairyland. That is what first drew me to this book, and it didn't disappoint. There are elves and pixies, mushroom fairy rings, magic, and automatons. The world Clegg has created here is fascinating. Part fairy folklore and part steampunk. Strictly speaking, steampunk isn't a totally accurate description because none of the machines are actually powered by steam. If you wanted to be technical, you'd have to say magic punk. This blending of steampunk-style machines with magic was my favorite element of the entire book because it worked. The steampunk and the magic aren't conflicting elements, they're symbiotic. Granted, there is some repercussion in the world because of this symbiosis, but that's just great plot material. Clegg found a way to make something new out of the 2 elements rather than trying to hold on too hard to either of their traditional connotations. My fascination with Clegg's world does not stop with the magic punk. There's an interesting twist on the old English feudal system going on with the politics here, with bindings and oaths, plus a natural order to the fairy world that's tired of being ignored. There is so much to learn about this world, the pages fly by really fast. The story itself is mainly plot-driven, but interesting enough to hold my interest. The main character, Sabrina, learns that she is the answer to a prophecy and everyone wants her allegiance. Or her death. There doesn't seem to be anyone she can trust, except maybe the dashing elf outlaw pirate captain? Yep, dashing elf outlaw pirate captain with an airship. If Dark Dancer didn't have you at Steampunk Fairyland, Captain Joran and his airship should pull you in. Aside from Captain Joran, there's a whole cast of fun characters here, including a rather short-tempered pixie who was my personal favorite. I did wish I could have gotten better acquainted with all of them. Being a primarily plot-driven story, it didn't delve too deep on character development or backstory, which I would have really enjoyed. I got the same feeling with these characters as I did when I first watched Serenity without ever seeing Firefly. Namely, that here's a great cast of characters with a bunch of fun rapport, but you've kinda caught them in the middle of something. However, Clegg does get extra bonus points because this story presented the perfect trappings for a messy love triangle, and she resisted, and I think the story was much better without it. I wish Sabrina and myself had a chance to become better acquainted with this world. A lot of what she learns about this world and its people are secondhand or from a distance. A sequel or a companion novel to better explore the world would not be remiss, but isn't absolutely necessary either. Still, I'm keeping my fingers crossed. So, to read or not to read? While there was a lack of character development here, I feel that the fascinating world and all of its intricacies more than made up for that. And it kept my attention, and it was still a fun read. The ending did wrap up the main story, but I still had questions. The world building was steady but not suffocating or overbearing. Clegg also managed the story really well, balancing 2 villains and half a dozen conflicting sides all at once. The book is short and sweet, goes by fast, and leaves a sweet aftertaste of pure guilty pleasure reading. Taking all of this into account, Dark Dancer by Jaleta Clegg gets 3.5 stars and is definitely a fun read. Also, if any of you guys are planning on attending this weekend, Jaleta Clegg will be at Salt Lake Comic Con September 4th through the 6th. She's going to be there all 3 days, so you might want to seek her out.